Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever one you're listening to Sports with Balls on. Welcome into the show. I'm Jeff Michael. Let's get ballsy. Man, look, today is almost October, September 29th. Is that where we're at? Man, dude, September 29th, National Coffee Day. So cheers to that. Gonna have my sip. Go get your coffee on. Stay a while. This is Sports with Balls. We're going to talk about some sports. No guest as of yet today. If you want to listen to all the other shows, go to Sports with Balls on all of the podcast platforms. I'm there. Myself, Lauren Leo, Grant Miles. Got a bunch of guests, a bunch of great interviews. Just follow Sports with Balls on all your social media platforms. Have a cup of coffee and let's get going. It's National Starbucks Day. Are you effing kidding me, man? Like it's taken over that much that Starbucks has its own day. Man, German sandwich day. Yeah, I don't even know what a German sandwich would consist of. If you're German, go get you a sandwich. Happy National Goose Day. Go get you a goose sandwich. I don't know if I've ever had goose. Succulent goose meat. All right. Welcome into Sports with Balls again. There was a football game last night. Let's get into it. Well, look, we're going to get into Major League Baseball. The playoff race is absolutely unbelievable. It's awesome. There's 3 days left. 3 days this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I think there's 6 games that are important still. Playoff races. Nothing's set yet. It's awesome. Unbelievable. Baltimore Orioles, what a story. Atlanta Braves. Obviously, they're already in, but we'll get into baseball in a little bit. We have an incredible NCAA football game tonight. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I'll get into my bets. Try to see if we can win some money. That's always a blast. And, of course, we're going to talk about the NFL. We're going to try to stay away from Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. I'm going to try. That is the hottest topic in sports right now. Like, man, love it or hate her. That girl moves the needle, man. Holy crap. Man. All right. Football game last night, if you want to call it that. 27-3 at halftime. 27-3 at halftime. The Packers just, man, dude. Lackluster performance. Is that a good word for it? Lackluster? Absolutely terrible. I was not a fan of what happened in Lambeau last night. And what I wasn't more like, what really shocked me or what really got to me was the way that Jordan Love kind of, like his reaction to throwing interception, reacting to throwing a second interception, reaction to playing bad, reaction to the team playing bad. Like, I saw zero leadership qualities from Jordan Love last night. No excitement, no pissed offness, nothing. He just sort of was like, all right, on to the next. There was a chance at the end of the game that they could have come back. He ended up throwing 2 touchdowns or throwing 1, ran for 1. But he threw an interception from the 11-yard line, which would have brought it to a 1-possession game, and then just sort of walks off the field nonchalantly. All right, on to the next. No, dude, you're getting your butt whooped by the Detroit Lions, and you just threw a pick. Show some emotion, something. Look, I don't remember the last time I saw a QB that was great. I'm not sure if Jordan Love is trying to be great, not show emotion where it's just like, no, all these quarterbacks that are great have emotion, like strong emotion, wear your heart on your sleeve type guys. Emotions on your sleeve, whatever. Detroit Detroit put the spank down on Green Bay last night, and it was all because of a running back by the name of David Montgomery. 3 touchdowns last night for a running back that wasn't even supposed to start. And I saw Gibbs in the preseason and Gibbs in the first game, and you were thinking, man, this kid, explosive, powerful, awesome. Nope. Unfortunately, Gibbs had 8 carries for 40 yards. That's a great number. But David Montgomery had 32 carries. fantasy football wise, you can drop Jamar Gibbs or put him way down your bench. 32 carries. Nobody gets that in the NFL anymore. That is unbelievable. 121 yards, 3 touchdowns. Packers, where's your front five, man? My Lord. As a team, Detroit had 211 rushing yards and rushed the ball 43 times. And they scored 34 points. If I'd have told you this sounds like the Philadelphia Eagles. Nope. This is your 3-1 Detroit Lions, who are 2-0 on road games. They are who we thought they were. Yeah, y'all all remember that. Look, easy division. I'm not going to sit here and take too much away from the Lions. They've got a pretty easy schedule coming up. These guys could be in the playoffs already by game 10. They've got a really, really cakewalk schedule. I think the only hard game coming up for them is the Baltimore Ravens. They got Carolina next week, then Tampa Bay, then that Baltimore game. Then they have Vegas, who, by the way, is in a massive internal struggle right now in Vegas. There's some issues going on with their head coach. That might be the first head coach out. We're talking about, everybody talks about the Chargers, but Vegas might lose their coach pretty soon. The Chargers are next on the schedule for the Detroit Lions. So Carolina, Tampa Bay, Baltimore, Vegas, Chargers, Chicago, then another game versus those Bears, and then New Orleans, New Orleans is a good team. Then Chicago again, then Denver. Man, dude. And the rest of their schedule, they've got Dallas way down there. They got Minnesota 2 of the last 3 games. They've got Dallas down there in between it. Chicago, they played twice. Green Bay, they're going to play again. Denver, they play. Vegas, they play. Tampa, Carolina. You're looking at the Detroit Lions having a number 1 seed, man, if they play like this. Wow. Cakewalk schedule. Cakewalk. Detroit Lions. 3-1. Packers had a chance to put up some good numbers and show everybody that Jordan Love is the guy, but now they're a 2-2 team. They lose again. They're going to be 2-3. And then you don't know where the dominoes are going to fall. Jared Goff, 19-28, 210, 1-1, 1 TD, 1 interception. Only 2 sacks, as opposed to the Green Bay Packers, who got sacked 5 times. David Bakhtiari, their left tackle, was ruled out prior to the game for the entire season, so that's a big blow for them. But good game for the Lions, getting fired up for Sunday. NFL football. I love Thursday night football. I don't like it on Amazon Prime. Just going to tell you, I'm not that big of a fan of that. I don't think anybody is. Al Michaels. I'm not saying it's time to hang it up, man, but it's a tough watch, or a tough listen, should I say. I need more excitement. A lot of people thought Tony Romo was going to be an absolute dud in the booth. I love listening to Tony Romo call games, man. It's fun. What happened? Like, put me behind the booth. I want to get excited. I want some excitement. Like, these people, it's like Joe Buck's calling every single game. Like, I need some excitement. Oh, well. Man. Detroit Lions, 34. Green Bay Packers, 20. We will move on. Games this weekend to look at in the NFL. The spreads are all 3 to 4 points. Well, not all of them, obviously, but I mean, listen to this. Jacksonville -3 versus the Falcons. Bills -2.5 versus the Dolphins. Bears -3.5 versus the Broncos. Browns -3 versus the Ravens. Cincinnati -2.5 versus the Titans. The Rams and Colts, a pick'em game. Buccaneers and Saints -3.5. Panthers, let's see, Minnesota -4 at the Panthers. Pittsburgh -2.5 at the Texans. These are all these lines. Like, I mean, the big ones are San Francisco 49ers -14. The Cardinals visit there. Look, I'm thinking about taking the Cardinals +14. They've been playing great football. +14 in an NFL game is huge. That is a lot. And this team, they just beat the Dallas Cowboys. They're riding high. I get it. The game's in San Francisco, but San Francisco seems to take their foot off the gas a lot. So I can see the Cardinals having a late touchdown and covering that 14-point spread. The other big one, I believe, is Kansas City. Yeah, Chiefs -8.5 at the New York Jets. I would be all over that. The Eagles, by the way, -9. Everything else is 3 and 4 points and under. Monday night game, Seattle at New York Giants. Sorry, guys. That's just not rocking the boat for me. Seattle -1. Give me Seattle Seahawks -1. In fact, no matter what happens on Sunday, I'm going to make all my money back on Monday if I lose because I'm taking Seattle to beat the Giants by more than a point for sure. But we'll get into that. Look, if you guys don't know, I do follow me on TikTok, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's all on there. I do a 1-minute show every single day. Well, most days, talking about my picks for the day. And look, been doing very well. So go to Sports with Balls on all your social media platforms. And look, follow me. Follow Sports with Balls. Got great guests on the show constantly. Want to thank Christian's Tailgate, obviously huge sponsor of this show. Go to christianstailgate.com. They have 4 or 5 Houston area locations in Houston, Texas. Award-winning food. They've got 40-plus TVs in all of their venues. A great place to go watch boxing matches, go watch basketball games. Dame Lillard now with the Bucks. Go watch football games, baseball games. Man, the place is phenomenal. Drink specials, beer pong. They've got karaoke. There's a Buffalo Bills Mafia one. There's a location. There's a Dallas Cowboys location on Sundays. Just a great place for sports. christianstailgate.com. Also, this drink that's sitting right here, Hobuzz. This is a THC-infused seltzer. Go to hobuzzco.com. Washington Ho, Tony Busby, came up with this product. Great stuff. This is the black cherry one, I believe. It's very, very good. Yeah, man. Stuff is great. If you don't like the effects of getting hungover by alcohol, this stuff right here is where it's at. It's very, very good. Here's the information. 832-929-4563 or go to logan@hobuzz.com or just visit the website. That's the email. Visit the website, Hobuzz, HOBUZZCO.com for more information on this seltzer. It's very good. Need your fence looked at, your roof looked at, go to WestonCG.com. Wes Dunn over there. He'll take care of you. 832-534-2374. He's the man. Fixed my roof and my fences. So go check him out. All right, guys, on to the Major League Baseball season. I love it. And I'm an Astros fan. If you listen to the show, follow me at all, you know that I'm an Astros fan. But holy crap, man, I love this drama. This is the playoffs before the playoffs in both leagues. The Texas Rangers are taking on the Seattle Mariners in Seattle. The Mariners hit a bottom of the ninth, 2-out dinger off the wall to walk it off in Seattle last night and keep them in the playoff race. The Astros were idle, so they didn't play. And this race is phenomenal. It is awesome to sit here and watch this stuff. This weekend, 3 games left. This is so much fun. I got to say, man, like this baseball is awesome. I hate it that it's late. It's super late because a lot of these games are on the West Coast, but it is what it is, man. Houston Astros right now sit in the 3rd and final spot in the American League wildcard race. Seattle Mariners are 1 game back and playing the Texas Rangers, who are, if they lose, could be out of the playoffs the next 2 games. Toronto Blue Jays are only 1 game up on the Houston Astros for that final spot, right? There's so many scenarios that happen in the next couple of days. I can't get into all of them. There's probably 15. Go to Sports with Balls on Facebook or Twitter. I have them all up there. But this is a wild ride. The Colorado Rockies last night beat the Los Angeles Dodgers 14-5. A lot of these teams are just throwing in, like the Dodgers obviously already clinched. It is fun baseball to sit here and watch. Braves beat the Cubs 5-3. Blue Jays won. They beat the Yankees 6-0, keeping them on that 1-game lead over the Astros for that last wild card spot. And the Baltimore Orioles win 100 games this year, 2 years removed after losing 100 and what was it, 111, something like that. Wow. This team reminds me of the 2017 Houston Astros. Young, scrappy. They go from being a 100-loss team to a 100-win team. Man, this is a good baseball team. They are young. All but, I forget what, was it? Is it Adley Rutschman? Well, all but one are all homegrown, came from their farm system. Baltimore Orioles are a great team, and they're going to be good for a long time. I don't know about their playoff run. I may put $50 on it for them to win the World Series because the odds are great right now. They look really good. The Astros, if they squeak in, maybe have something left in them, but I'm not trusting the Astros. Even as an Astros fan, I'm not trusting them right now. That's an ugly looking team right now. It's like no leadership. They look like Jordan Love walking off the field last night after an interception. Just sort of deer in headlights. But fun baseball this weekend. There are 3 games left. That's it. 3 games to decide. The National League playoff race is the exact same. It is unbelievable. The Diamondbacks, who are playing the Astros, I'm sorry, not the Diamondbacks. Yeah, the Diamondbacks, who are playing the Astros, did an interleague play. They're a game and a half up in the last wild card spot in the National League. The Marlins can catch them. The Cubs can catch them. And so can the Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati Reds, game and a half back in the last spot. Cubs, a half game back. So Diamondbacks are playing for something. Marlins are playing for something. The Cubs are playing for something. The Reds are playing for something. The Astros, the Mariners, the Blue Jays. All these teams are all fighting still for a playoff spot with 3 games left in the Major League Baseball season. That is awesome. Great baseball all weekend long. You've got college football tonight, a great top 25 matchup between 2 teams. We'll get into that in a minute. Of course, NFL, like football all day Saturday, NFL on Sunday, Monday Night Football. Great sports weekend, man. Love doing this job. Absolutely love it. Keep you updated. Like I said, go to Sports with Balls on all your social media platforms, and I will keep you updated on all the scores, all the latest breaking news that's coming out, and we'll get it done. Who do you want to be in the World Series? I want the Astros to get in there, but I don't think they're going to. In fact, I mean, let's just be honest. The Atlanta Braves look like they're unbeatable. And at this point, I wouldn't even mind seeing Atlanta versus Baltimore. Let's get it. I understand Baltimore is really, really young, but man, that would be fun to watch. What other team do you want to see versus the Dodgers-Atlanta series? That's the way it's heading. That's going to be a blast. If you're a fan of sports, you want that. That is a great baseball series. And in the American League, you kind of do want the Astros up there. I know a lot of people hate them, but it's drama. It's watchable. Nobody wants to watch the Tampa Bay Rays, really. Sorry, Tampa. Nobody's going to tune in for the Blue Jays or the Mariners, really. The Mariners are a feel-good story. But Astros have the star power. They've been there 5 of the last 7 years in the championship game, at least. So we'll see. Should be a blast. Like I said, go watch some baseball. Moving on. NCAA football game tonight, man. Woo! Utah, number 10 Utah, 4-0, takes on number 19 Oregon State. Great football team here, man. Oregon State is good. They are really good. Their loss came to an incredible Washington State football team, who's 4-0. But this Oregon State team, they got some ballers. And I'm not even really sure which way to go on this game. Friday night, NCAA top 25 matchup, number 10 versus number 19. Right now, Oregon State at minus 4.5. The over-run is at 44.5. Let's go over. I'm just going to take the over. I'll write that down. Oregon State minus 4.5. Man, you're going to give me number 10 Utah plus 4.5 points? Ooh. Wow. I might go Utah. I don't know. I'll put up my gambling show in a little bit, probably around 2 to 3 o'clock on Sports with Balls. Follow it on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just type it in. Also, any of the podcasts, type in Sports with Balls in your podcast arena. I'm there. All right, big matchups this weekend, USC and Colorado. It's the same spread as the Oregon games. Give me USC. They're a better team. I understand Colorado's going to try to come out and fight a little bit harder, but they're better than Oregon. They got the Heisman Trophy candidate and the Heisman Trophy winner in their pocket. This is a star-powered event, too. This is going to be more like a Hollywood show. And I don't really know if Dion wants that. I get it. All these players want to get all these Hollywood people want to be over there, but man, this is turning into more of a circus than it is a football team. I understand. I love what Deion's doing in Colorado. I do. But let's focus on football. The hype in the NCAA is more about who's going to be at this game than it is who's playing in this game. Let's focus on the field. What's more star-studded, the Kansas City Chiefs team or the Colorado Buffaloes? Taylor Swift versus Hollywood. There you go. But that game is USC minus 21.5. Give me USC all day. Florida and Kentucky. Georgia and Auburn, which will hopefully be a decent game. It's Georgia minus 14.5. Auburn's 3-1. I don't know. I'll have to look at all that. Michigan and Nebraska. Michigan's favored by 17. That's it. Whoa. Give me Michigan minus 17 all day. Kansas at number 3, University of Texas. Texas minus 16.5. Kansas is 4-0. I like Kansas. I like Texas to win this game, but give me Kansas plus 16.5. That's not bad at all. Missouri and Vanderbilt, LSU and Ole Miss, both 3-1. That's a big game. You lose that game, your hopes and dreams are gone. Number 13, LSU. Number 20, Ole Miss. LSU's favored by 2.5. That's a great football game. 5 p.m. on ESPN. Oregon and Stanford. Iowa State, Oklahoma. Notre Dame and Duke. That's another great football game. Man, Notre Dame back-to-back hard games. Tough loss to Ohio State last week, and now they got an incredible Duke team. Woo! South Carolina and Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi State, Washington, Arizona, Nevada, Fresno State. That rounds out your top 25 games this weekend. And, of course, like I said, I'm going to get into those during my podcast with the Gambling Show. So we'll talk about that. But tonight's game, man, I'm just going to have fun watching it. That's it. I'm going to have a blast watching it. NBA news as of yesterday or 2 days ago, Damian Lillard now off to Milwaukee in a big blockbuster trade. I guess I'll get into that next week. Let that kind of settle in. It was just a strange place for him to go. There was no talk. Everybody thought it was Toronto. There was talk about Miami, of course. Nobody ever mentioned Milwaukee. I guess the big news to me that came out after this happened was that Damian Lillard accepted, this is what he says, that he accepted Portland wanting him to sit out 10 games last season to get a higher draft pick. That's huge. Because we talk about tanking all the time in all of the sports. And now here Damian Lillard says that Portland told him to sit out and they tanked on purpose to get a higher draft pick. That to me is massive. And it's a shot over the bow of Portland, a team that he's been associated with his whole career. He is Portland Portland basketball. And now he shoots a shot over the bow to them saying, they told me to sit out so they get a higher draft pick. That is throwing some shade, man. We'll see what happens if anything actually comes of that. The NBA should do an investigation. That's what you're trying to stay away from. You just implemented new rules for not resting players, and you got a midseason tournament. You implemented rules for charging fouls now, a.k.a. the LeBron rule. So if you want to change things, you need to investigate that. That is a pretty big, I guess, accusation from Damian Lillard. And golf news, just a little, this is terrible for the United States. They got swept this morning. The first time in golf history to start a Ryder Cup, the Europeans go 4-0 versus the United States. It's not looking good. Let's just be honest. The Europeans have way, way better golfers than the United States does right now. Tiger Woods, everybody's wondering where he's at. He's helping his son. I guess we're waiting on the other Woods to show up because that's going to be sad. It's sort of like we didn't get to see Tiger's ending. That sucks. I loved watching Tiger Woods. And I feel like I got kind of robbed of the end of his career. I was hoping for one or two more majors, a couple more flashes of brilliance. I just feel like maybe Tiger's done. Maybe that's it. All right, guys, christianstailgate.com. Go check out their website for all their food and drink specials. And like I said, they got Bill's Mafia location. They've got the Dallas Cowboys location here on Sundays. They've got beer pong. They've got karaoke. They've got trivia nights, drink specials, award-winning food. Place is amazing. christianstailgate.com. Go visit my boy Wes Dunn at westoncg.com. If you need your roof looked at, we've had some incredible storms blow through here. Roofs, fences, outdoor construction, 832-534-2374. Wes Dunn. And this drink that's sitting right in front of me, hobuzzco.com. THC infused seltzer. Go grab it. This stuff is delicious. If you don't like the effects of getting hungover anymore, like I don't, this stuff right here, hobuzzco.com. They've got it in black cherry and a bunch of other flavors. It's so good. It really is. And you don't have to be hungover. You can go, look, guys and girls, you can go to your kids' games on the weekends and have a great time and not feel like you got to carry a Arctic or a something in your glass, if you know what I mean. But happy National Coffee Day, by the way. Go out, get yourself a cup of coffee. Follow Sports with Balls on all your social media platforms. I'll have more this weekend. Look, I'll have my betting stuff up here in a little bit. You guys, thank you for tuning in to the show. Sports with Balls. I'm Jeff Michael. We out of here.